What's up, everyone? Fast Eddie here, and I am knocking out two birds with one stone. So I'm testing out my new microphone setup. Hopefully when I got on the highway you could actually hear me. And I'm also going to BMW to get a checkup and probably new rear brake pads, because as you would imagine, I go through brake pads way faster than the normal person just because of the amount of practice I do. So I'm gonna go get that checked out. So I may need new front and rear, and I don't think it's time for the oil change, but they'll see. So I'm going to be making videos called Road Strategy with Fast Eddie once I figure out this microphone thing where it's not just crazy wind all the time. And I'll just be explaining what I'm doing it, why I'm doing it, and the point is maybe it'll give you a little bit of insight of what you could be doing to maybe making yourself a little bit safer out on the road. So I'll just kind of explain general things of what I'm doing, but of course I won't be able to explain everything. It's just way too much information, but I could give you some insight to what I am doing and why I'm doing it. So right now I'm at a stoplight. My right foot, as you can see, is on the peg. I'm on the rear brake. I'm not on the throttle at all. The clutch is in. My bike is literally never in neutral. My left foot is on the ground. And I am looking in my mirrors, making sure no one's coming up behind me or doing anything stupid, so I could always be ready to go if needed. At the stoplight, I'm always looking both directions, see what traffic looks like. I'm going that way, so I'm looking way up ahead to see what traffic looks like up there. Look at the traffic in front of me, so when the light turns green, I have two cars that look like they're going straight and one turning. I don't see anybody else behind them. Again, checking my mirrors. So the idea is just to never be surprised. I don't want to be surprised on the bike. I want to be able to predict anything, and if I can't predict it, I need to be ready and in the best place to make a decision. Alright, so I got a 2-lane road. This is Garnett, pretty busy road, and as you can see right now, this guy just got out of the car. Look where I'm riding. I'm way over here on the left, so just in case someone opens up their door or walks out over on the right, then I never have to worry about anything. I just don't have to do it. Guys are crossing right there. You got the crosswalk. I'm making sure this car is actually going to stop, and then I take off. And again, the reason why I wouldn't ride over here, because if a car door opens up or someone walks out, then I have to swerve or stop or accelerate. But if I'm over here in the left-hand portion of the lane, I don't have to do anything. If the car door opens up, I'm just good. And you're going to notice something as I go ride until I get to the highway to go to BMW. Every intersection I go through, I look left first, because that would be the closest threat in case someone blows a stoplight, and then I look right. So I do that with my eyes, and I physically do it with my head as I get closer to every intersection. I don't care that if it's a green light. I always assume someone is going to blow through the light the opposite direction. And the one time it saves me from not getting smashed from someone blowing the red light, well, it's worth it. Just check both directions, make sure everything is good. As I'm looking up ahead, okay, I got a left-hand turning vehicle in front of me going to the car wash right there. Got another red light, just turned red. Alright, I'm chilling in second gear right now. Nice and easy, nice and slow. Big intersection. Just look around, make sure no one's doing anything stupid. Drop for the pothole, imperfections of the road, watch out, watch out. The best way to go over a pothole is don't. See it early enough and just make a better decision. Just move the bike out of the way. A lot of times I hear people say, oh, this pothole or whatever jumped out in front of me. No, it didn't. It's been there a long time. You're just not using your vision good enough. Alright, so let's see what's going on. Traffic doesn't look too bad up ahead. Nothing crazy going on at this intersection. So I'm looking at the light right now. So it's been green for a little while, so I'm assuming it's going to turn yellow just like it did. So as you're going up to a stoplight, predict these things. See how far you can see, and if you see a bunch of green lights ahead of you, well, don't think they're going to stay green by the time you get all the way up there. They might be turning yellow and red by the time you get there, so predict that. So be ready to stop. That's the whole idea. And as you can see where I am now, I'm just to the left back of the car in front of me. So just in case something happens behind me, I'm not dead center of the car in front of me to get smashed into the rear. So if the car behind me, if this lady just keeps on playing with their phone like she's doing right now, if she were to start creeping forward, I could accelerate and go just to the left of the car. Now, lane splitting, this is one lane going one direction. You are not allowed to go around the car just because you could fit. It needs to be two lanes going the same direction in order to do that. But I would gladly go around this car if the person behind me is going to hit me. So just keep that in mind. Just like the speed limit. If I'm cruising at 70 and someone come up behind me really damn fast and there's no way for me to avoid getting slammed from the rear besides accelerating, well, guess what? I'm going to accelerate as fast as I need to get the hell out of the way of that car from being killed from the rear. Right? It's my life that I'm talking about. So, all right, got another red light, and then the light ahead of that one just turned yellow. All right, this one turned green. I'm in third gear. Drop it down to second gear. Flash my brights or my rear brake a couple times. This lady's still on her phone. It's amazing how many people are on their phone. I bet you I'll probably see 10 people on their phone just from the short ride from here to San Diego BMW, where I'm going. Alright, so now that I have two lanes going the same direction right here, see how I just opened up the two lanes? Now if I want to, I can split lanes. And a lot of things go into splitting lanes. Just because you can and that's allowed, that doesn't mean you should. And sometimes I purposely don't split lanes, and sometimes I do. It just all depends on the situation. And as you can see, I don't just rely on my mirrors to make lane changes. I actually turn so my eyes can see. You may not be able to see the GoPro looking where I'm looking because my eyes are 2 inches higher and I can see further. But it just gives you an idea. I don't rely on my mirrors only to make lane changes. I think that's stupid. Turn your whole damn head and turn around and look behind you. I do the same thing in the car. If I'm going to make a lane change in the car, I turn my entire head and I look behind me through the mirror. So you can see right now, I don't want to be stuck between the cars or behind the cars, so I pulled up right in front of them. And I pull ahead just enough so they could both know that I'm here. But this is where I need to be confident in my skills, because if I go to take off right now and I stall the bike, you think these cars are going to wait for me? Hell no. So you have to be ready to go. And I'm looking in my rear right now just to make sure there's not another bike coming up behind me, and then maybe I'd move forward a little bit to give them more room as well. But I'm always in first gear. I'm always ready to go, just like that. And you don't have to take off like a bat out of hell, but you need to be able to get out of the way of the cars, especially if it's a big truck or something. They really don't see you, or just, who knows, you just got to be able to, you just have to be prepared. That's the main thing. Be ready for anything. So I'm not walking around, I'm not riding around, as you can tell, like going like this, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm just worried about everything. I'm just letting all the information come at me, and it's filtering through all my education, all my experience while out riding. And keep in mind, I live here in San Diego, so lane splitting, everything else, I've been doing the same things ever since I started riding. So right now, okay, this guy, he's paying attention, he's not on his phone. Okay, he comes to a stop behind me, and I'm in the middle of the car, right? Because I'm not going to get too close to this damn semi because he's really close to the line. But if something still were to happen, I could accelerate and go in between the truck and that truck right there. So if I needed to have an escape route for whatever reason, bam, there it is. And I'm always thinking about that. If I'm at a stoplight, if I'm stopped, if I'm rolling, where is my escape route? What if something happens? Where can I go? Can I swerve? Can I stop? Should I accelerate? Should I brake? It all depends. And while you're watching the video, just keep in mind there's no need to comment saying, oh, at 7:42 you did this and I would have done that, you're dumb. Every single person going this exact same way is going to make totally different decisions, and we all make our decisions based on our experience and what we know and don't know and what we realize with traffic after riding, and right, so it all we all get the same information, but we're all going to make different choices. And sometimes I may make say there's 3 bad choices, but one of them is less bad. I'll take that route if there's 3 bad ones. But usually you could do something to make yourself more visible. You could have predicted something a little bit easier. You could have been more aware, right? So I can already see up ahead there's a whole bunch of cars, the light is red, there's a big semi truck, so I don't know if I'll be able to lane split. I don't want to get near that big old truck right here, so I'm going to go ahead and accelerate, get in front of this car. And now I'm going to lane split until I get to the front of these cars. So I'm down in second gear. Everything looks pretty clear. Alright, this guy got out of my way. Thank you very much. So now this is going to be the real test when I get up to highway speeds, if you're actually going to be able to hear anything I'm saying or not. Hopefully so. Big truck just got away from it a little bit, and believe it or not everyone, this is the on-ramp onto the highway, and your job is to accelerate, get up to speed. I absolutely hate it, and it drives me nuts when people are trying to merge onto the highway, but they're going 50 miles per hour and they expect people on the highway who are going 70, 80 miles per hour to slow down to let you in. It is not their job to slow down and let you in. It is your job to accelerate, at least to the flow of traffic, and then blend yourself into traffic. But if you don't do that, don't get mad or don't blame the other cars. Just like a lot of mistakes riders make, it might be your fault. Alright, so something to consider real easy right here. So there's no lane to the right of me, but you can see I'm in this lane and I'm close to the line. So if a car was in this lane and they decided to cut me off without using their blinker or just cut me off regardless, right? If I'm really close right here, I have the option to swerve more right into my own lane. I could accelerate or I could brake. However, if I choose to ride way over here on this portion of the lane, and if there's a car right there in this lane closest to me, first of all, I would now be in their blind spot where I would not be if I was just over here in this lane, right? So I'm always, if there's a car right there, like right where my finger is at, if there's a car right there, and I'm right here, they could see me and I could see them. But the exact same, just over 4 feet, now they can't see me, right? So don't place yourself in blind spots. So the best way to not get caught, just don't go to one. Alright, I'm in 6th gear, on the front brake a little bit, downshift once, downshift twice. In the 4th gear, I'm going right, so I start on the outside, push right, go right, I start to accelerate. As you can see, I'm accelerating, steady throttle, slowly accelerating all the way through the corner. Let myself trip back out to the outside, upshift to 5th, upshift to 6th, turn on the blinker, head check, get into the next lane. So you can see through that corner, I was accelerating throughout the entire corner. And how is that possible? I slowed down before I actually leaned the bike over. That's the idea. Make another lane change. Now I'm over here at the fast lane, right? And you can see where I am. Again, I'm close to the line. I can't be so close where a part of my bike is actually going into the other lane, because that's not allowed to do regardless of what kind of vehicle you have. But if you go straight from my handlebars down, right here, I'll put my bike in cruise control. If you put straight from my handlebars straight down, like right here, right? It's just like right at the lane, right at the line. I take cruise off. So another reason why I do this is kind of hard to see because of the view of the camera, but I can see in between all the cars in front of me, and I can use my rear view mirror and I can see all the cars behind me. I can have a perfect line of what's ahead of me. If I just move over 4 feet over here, now the Subaru Impreza in front of me, or the Subaru Forester in front of me, is blocking traffic, so I can't see as far. So that's why I ride in this position right here. Oh look, here's a white Bentley. So check this out. Right here, I can see that driver. And I'm not in the blind spot because I can see them, they can see me. However, if I go the exact distance apart, on the same distance away from the Bentley, but now I'm just 4 feet over in the lane, look at this, now I'm in the blind spot. So you just might be making silly decisions while you're out riding around, placing yourself in blind spots. And if that Bentley would have switched lanes while I was way over here, I could have said, hey, that guy was not paying attention, he just, he ran into me, he tried to cut me off. Well, how about you place yourself in a better situation to give people the opportunity to see you? It may not be the other person's fault. Many other times, it's just the rider's fault, making stupid decisions, not being aware, not understanding enough about lane position while you're out riding to maximize your likelihood of being visible, and you want to be very predictable. You don't want to start switching lanes erratically or going back and forth or doing anything crazy. Whenever you switch lanes, use your blinker. It's amazing that we all have this thing called a blinker that can let other people know your intentions. It's almost like you're making other people little mind readers. Like people can predict what I'm about to do if you actually use your blinker. It's amazing how that works. But there's so many people who don't use their blinker. That's quite insane. Alright, I'm just cruising over here in the right hand portion of the lane. Like I was mentioning back there, if I'm in this portion of the lane, I only have the option to accelerate or to brake, right? If someone were to merge into me. But there's absolutely no one behind me for at least a half mile. There's no one in front of me. So if there's no one around me, well, what does it matter where I am in the lane? I usually don't ride in the center because that's where a lot of no one rides in the center. The tracks of the vehicle, the car in front of you are to the left or the right of the center. So I usually don't ride in the center regardless. So I got a bunch of cars merging onto the lane, so I'm just going to move over, give them more room. Alright, so I'm on the, what is this, the 52 East. And I'm going to go all the way and get off on, I forgot the street's name, but the San Diego BMW. Big old semi, we're going to accelerate and get away from the semi. We're going to be getting off, let's see if I can remember. Kearney Villa Road, that's what I'm going. So, no one around me, everything's good. As you can see, I'm closest to the car, this Prius right here, so they can see me. Like right now, I can see this car. Okay, there you go. They just looked at me, so he's paying attention. Now I can see him in my mirror, and I know that was the only car around me. So I could just make a lane change without turning my head, because, well, not now I wouldn't, but if there's a car right there, and I get in front of them, what's the purpose of me changing or turning my head when I know the car is right there? There's no other car that could have merged on, and that's going to surprise me. So if there's a car right next to me, and I go in front of them, like say there's a car directly to my right now. If I turn on my blinker and just go like this, I know there's no one else that could have been there that could be possibly merged into my lane, because I was in the farthest right lane. There was no merging car, right? So just keep that in mind. There's a lot of different things, a lot of different reasoning to what you're doing. And just most people don't have the insight. They don't pay enough attention to what they're actually doing to be able to explain what they're doing or why they're even doing it. They're just like, well, I'm just riding in traffic. You know, I just watch out. I just do this. And they're very, very vague. Most people don't spend enough time looking inward and trying to really figure out what they're doing and why they're doing it. So I know there's no car next to me. I 100% guarantee, I'd bet my life there's no car next to me. There just can't be. There's no way a car could have just appeared there without me knowing it. But no matter what, I still make a head turn. Okay. So I'm getting off the exit, and this is a fun turn. Just like to take this big sweeping turn. It's just a lot of fun. Alright, so blinkers on, clutch is in. Look at my bike automatically blips the throttle for me. Second gear. First gear. This bike is amazing. Coming to a dead stop, your first priority is to stop, handlebar straight, eye straight, and then you can look. A lot of people jack that up. They already try to look before they're even stopped, and a lot of people turn over. They just let the bike fall. I've seen it happen lots of times. Going right, start on the outside, downshift, look through the turn, slowly on the gas, accelerate, going back out to the outside. Upshift, upshift, upshift. I'm in fourth gear. Got a copper right here. I'm going to slow down a little bit, give them plenty of room. There's no one inside of it. I don't know what they're doing. So I think this is Kearney Villa Road. I don't know. Yep, Kearney Villa Road. Alright, the ground is jacked up. So I don't need to know what's on the ground, but I just know there's a change in color and a change of traction. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's water, a pothole, or anything else, a tar snake, but I just know I want to get away from it. I'm not trying to identify what these things are on the ground. I just look where it's a consistent color, and that's where I ride. Does that make sense? And here we go, San Diego BMW. This is where I got my bike. Maybe I'll go test drive one of these cool bikes. Look at that. This is the brand new S1000IR. No, they don't have the new ones yet, but pretty close. Alright. Let me use my awesome U-turning skills to make a U-turn. There's a service department. And that's it. I'll see how the video sounds, and hopefully you could actually hear me while I'm on the highway. And there we go. So I'll be making a whole lot of videos like this, me and the twisties, lane splitting, just riding around and just giving my thoughts of what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, etc., etc. And again, this is not what you should do. You'll probably make a bunch of different decisions, but maybe if you picked up one thing that you can incorporate into your riding that you think might make you a little bit safer or more aware, then great, go ahead and use it. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.